Hello everyone, Dan Maloney here for YourTV Sports. Joining me in the studio is Brady Lumley, who throws third rocks for Mark Keene's team in the Ontario Provincial Curling Playdowns, commonly called the Tankard. Brady got his curling start at the junior level at the Quinte Curling Club in Belleville, a short 45-minute drive away from the site of this year's 2025 Ontario Curling Championships. So Brady, you're going to be running into some curlers on the ice this week that you've seen before. What can you tell us about the competition you're going to be facing this week?
It's Tankard's always a grind. Everyone's going to be playing their best. Everyone sharpens up for this event this year, and running into some old teammates. Sam Muirbrook I've played with on 2 different combinations of teams, and Scott Mitchell is second as well. I played with on a different team from one of those 2 teams. Always good to run into some old people. Got some not rivalries, but we've got some respect there, and it's always a little bit extra intensity on the ice when you play some old teammates. For Mark as well, he's been to the Briar with some of Scott Howard's teams. So
there's some friendly rivalries going on the ice.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Okay, so this will be your 4th trip to the provincial championships. What are you expecting this year as far as competition and hopefully the results?
I think that we've got a lot of the tools that we need. I think we've been working on the little things this year, and we've been seeing some good success. We're playing with some of the best teams in the world, like Team Retournaz, and we've actually managed to win some of those games. So I think we're where we need to be and just focusing on polishing up for the big week coming up.
Right on. So the Canadian team ranking system, which the CTRS, which is the qualifying standings for teams to get the invitation to compete at the Tankard. That's how you got invited. Where's your standing in that? Where's your ranking?
Not sure where we are this week. I think we might have dropped to 11th, but we've been riding around 10th spot all year. So we added a lot of events to our season this season, and worked out well for us.
So that's the national ranking. So in Ontario, you were probably in the top 5 or close to it?
I think we're ranked 4th based off the seeding that they gave us for Tankard.
Okay, and then that also reflects in a world ranking. As you say, you competed against the Italian national team.
Yep.
Where do you stand on the world rankings?
I think we're sitting somewhere in the 30s on that ranking. Team Italy was 2nd, so that was a big win when we pulled that one off.
So this will be a big tournament coming up, this Tankard. So that will affect your standing in the national and the world rankings, correct?
Yes, lots of points on the line, and with next year being the Olympic year where they count these points for the Olympic pre-trials, we're hoping to secure some extra points.
Well, that would be good to come out on top there. So getting back to on the ice, what is the hardest thing to do on the ice as far as curlers that the average spectator may not realize what it's about?
I'd say that's relative. There's outsiders looking in. Sweeping is one of the hardest things. It's a lot more physical than a lot of people realize. You got most of your body weight on the broom, moving it back and forth around a foot pretty quick, and you're doing it back and forth up and down the ice all game long. But that being said, even some of the shot throwing, a simple shot can be made to be a little more difficult if you've got some pressure on you, like throwing a draw to the paint can be hard if it's for an 8-ender. And
so what's the hardest shot you've ever attempted yourself?
Draw to the paint for an 8-ender.
Did you make it?
Yes. I knew I was going to be excited, so I threw it light to my sweepers, and Matt Garner and his brother Noah were able to get it there, put it on the tee line for me. So
you got them to do the work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, excellent. So this, the team you have, Team Keene, skipped by Mark. Tell us about the camaraderie, the group you have.
Yeah, so Mark's a good resource for us. He's been to the Briar before. He knows some of the wily vet tricks that we might not know. So, and between Matt Spencer and I, we played together on 6 or 7 different teams throughout the years. So I think that we've got a really good base with them, and I think Mark's the right fit for our skip. He's got a really good strategy that works well for our team. It's the right amount of aggression and keeps the style of play to a style that we like with shots that we enjoy or are better at being thrown, and I think it's a good year for us to see what we can do. Any
special preparation or practice as a team that you do in preparing for the Tankard?
We are talking about doing another lock-in weekend practice where we kind of practice, go out for lunch, go back on the ice practice, or try to invite other teams just for practice games if we can. Still in the works, but yeah, just more ice time and really dialing in to prepare for the week.
So a typical practice, is it just playing games, or do you set the house up in a certain way and try and make shots in a setup situation like that, or is it a bit of both?
It's dependent on what we think we need to improve on. So we've even been talking about doing a sweeping practice just to focus on making sure everyone's getting the most out of their sweeping technique. Could be a draw practice for feel. Yeah, lots of different things. We even have some little brackets designed where basically it holds your phone so you can record yourself sliding, and we have a laser at the other end. So there's a laser on the middle of the rock, you slide out and you've got a recording of where the laser is so you can see any little movements. Really helps kind of break things down and see what you're doing.
So a lot of technology involved in that has developed over the years as there's been more of it introduced to the game. It's become much more technical than just throwing rocks and sweeping.
Yes, absolutely. And even with the sweeping, you know, with Broomgate years back, the directional sweeping is still followed through from that. So people are a lot more concerned about how they're sweeping and how they might be affecting the rock.
So thank you very much for joining us today, and good luck going forward.
Thank you.